Hi world, my name is Faraji and I'm representative from Sheko TV, and I'm here today to discuss about the current situation that the world is facing, and this is all about coronavirus. I'll be discussing and trying to explain and share with you like different issues that are happening in the world, and to see like what kind of things can you do to make sure that you have things to do while you're at home, because basically for the current situation, the pandemic that is happening, we believe that there's a lot of things that we can do, and due to these things we'll be able to share with you what kind of things can you do according to your situation, so that you won't be bored at home, or you won't lose like let's say some people are saying like getting crazy because of just staying inside at your home and something like that. So to begin with what I'm recording right now, or what I'm trying to share with you, first of all, make sure that you subscribe through Sheko TV. It can be through YouTube or through Instagram, so make sure that you pass by so that you'll be able to get different information and different ideas around the world. Today I'm speaking from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, and I'll be talking about what kind of things can you do during this pandemic disease. And as we all know right now around the world, there's a lot of death, a lot of panic, a lot of issues going on due to this pandemic disease, and I would like to personally share with you different ideas on what things can you do during this period of time. Well, first of all, let me focus on the country that I am right now, because it's the country that I have more information. And for example, for people who are located in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and other part of Tanzania, first of all, we are having around 170 cases right now, and we have 7 deaths. And as we see, like the current leaders are trying to create different methods, different ways on how we can combat this disease, because it's really getting crazy. Getting situations, for example, right now in USA, they have more than 37,000 cases, and sorry, they have more than 178 cases, and they're having 37 deaths. While when we look to countries like Italy, Germany, countries like China, they're having also a lot of cases. While in our country, I can say we're still lucky that we're having less number of people that are sick compared to other countries, as well as the number of deaths. So, for example, as you can see here, I'm a fan of Mortal Kombat, and that's why I felt like sharing with you. So, basically, there are a lot of things that we can do during this time. Our country right now didn't go through lockdown yet, and there's a lot of things that we can still do. People can still go to the market, we can still see each other in a while, and well, the situation is that not more than 2 to 3 people that can meet and discuss different things, but at least we still have an opportunity to sit together, try to talk, share some ideas. But when it comes to lockdown, this will be totally something else. Comparing the fact that some countries, people cannot even meet right now. They just locked down, they're on lockdown, they're inside their houses, they don't have things to do, and the whole situation is really getting crazy. If you're not a person who is used to stay at home all the time, if you're not a person who is used to do things by yourself, it's something that's going to be very tough. So we have people who are in different levels, like people who are working, which most of them are doing their works at home. We have those people who used to work on the urban areas, or let's say in the towns or different places. They need to be on the area so that they can be able to do something. Also, these people really need to be on the area so that they can do something, but right now they have to be at home so that they can solve this problem. From this situation, this is why I decided to have this, let's say, suggestion or ideas, to share some ideas with you through Sheko TV, so that you will know what kind of things can you do during this lockdown season or time. Currently in Dar es Salaam, we're even having a lot of, let's say, rains going on, and I believe other parts of the country or the world as well. There's a lot of seasons that we're having. So what can you do during this tough time or during this period? The first thing that I would recommend personally is that we as, let's say, brothers, parents, friends, or whoever that you're going to be living with at your home, it's the perfect moment that you can sit with your beloved ones and try to understand each other, to get bond and know each other, because we have been very busy during all this time in our lives, and right now during this situation we can have a time to sit together. So I would suggest to you, as a father, mother, brother, sister, friend, whoever that you're living with, just try to sit with them, try to find a way that you can bond with them, try to understand who they are, what do they like, what do they do. Yes, you might know them, but try to bring that inner and closeness between each other. This is the first recommendation that I would give you. Personally, what I do with my nieces and my family, the kids at home, usually I play with them Mortal Kombat or let's say FIFA, basketball games and stuff like that, because it's something that I really like and I recommend. So I would sit with them, try to discuss with them what kind of things I would do or what things I love. While we're playing, I will ask them different questions like, what do you do daily? What do you discuss with your mother, for example, like how do they treat you at home, how do they treat you at school? And then it gives me a chance to get closer to my nieces and my young brothers and sisters, so that I can understand what they like, what they do and something like that. So I would recommend you to do the same, but it's tricky because we don't know how long the pandemic will go on, so you cannot do this only the entire period. So it's like once in a while you can do this. This is the first option that I would give. The second option is analyzing your life from a certain period of time that you think you wanted to know what you have been doing. We have been so busy in our lives that some of us even forget what to analyze the kind of life that we have been living, and a lot of things have been missing, which in some point I would say we didn't have a chance to look into things that really matters to us. For example, we have people who wake up in the morning, they go to work. After work, they go back home, they sleep, they wake up in the morning, go to work and something like that. Maybe this is the time for yourself to reflect and try to see the kind of life that you're living, what is missing, what is going on, what is happening in your life, what things did you set for yourself so that you can achieve, what are the things that you think you can do better and something like that. Just take time for yourself to reflect at least once or twice in a day. To see like all this time that you have been living, what are the things that you have been doing and what is missing as well. This is the second option that I'm giving to you, or I'm advising you to do. The other thing that I would advise you to do is, let's say, having a moment in your family where you could teach your kids, your family members, your friends, or whoever that you're living with, different skills or things that you know. For example, personally, when I have time, I have computers that I believe my nieces, the child at home, do not know how to use the computer. So I have prepared classes that I would be sitting with the kids, try to teach them and show them like this is the kind of things that you can learn, and they'll help you in the long run within your life. So I personally didn't have a chance to learn computer earlier, so I think this is the time that I can do something for them and I can teach them how to do or how to use different things like gadgets, computers, different skills, different activities. So you can prepare some kind of skills that you want to transform or to teach to your kids or anyone around you. One of the questions that I usually receive is that, okay, these are the things that we can do. For example, people are using social media to present different things. We are using channels like YouTube. If you go to Sheko, you'll see a lot of content that we're presenting. If you go to Instagram, it's the same. But what about those people who do not have, let's say, phones, who cannot see all this information, people who do not have access to computers and something like that? Well, it's a very good question, actually, I always face when I'm having these kind of discussions. But let's say for a person who is a very small business owner, who always, let's say, sell tomato, for example, or fruits or something like that. Or even, we call them mamantilie, like when you're selling food to like a small scale areas. These kind of people right now, they're facing a very big challenge, which for them, it's gonna be one of the hardest time in their lives, because they actually don't know what they really need to do at home, and they don't have even like things that they can have to do. From my point of view, there are mainly different strategies that I have seen in different countries, different people are doing. One of them is doing delivery for the products that they're having. Following the regulations and the rules that have been put by the government, as well as by those people who are responsible to help us, like doctors, leaders within our governments. These small enterprises, small, let's say, group of people who are doing such kind of business, they can decide to start programs of delivery for their clients or for their people that they were delivering those things. So what they can do, they can analyze the number of people that they are always serving. analyze the things that they really like, because people are not allowed to go out, and ask for permission either from the government, from the leadership, from whoever that they have, and deliver to them by making sure that they follow all the rules, like using the mask, or let's say being far from them and trying to find a way that they can deliver things that are needed. This is the first option that I can advise. But the second option that I can advise is that trying to come up with different ideas on how they can improve their businesses. Maybe they've been just working so hard and they forget how to work on their businesses. Now it's the moment to look on, if I had this kind of business during this period of time, and these are the things that I've done, what other stuff that can I do to make sure that I improve or grow my business during this period of time? Because the biggest challenge is that most of us never do the, let's say, saving, because the amount of money that we're receiving, we're just putting it on rotation, either for meals at home or for supporting our families or doing different things. So at the end, we end up using everything that we're having, and we keep on doing business so that we can earn more and keep on doing something else. This is the moment that we have to start reflecting on how are we going to make sure that we produce more, we get more money, we save some that might happen during the seasons or problems like this, and how we can improve. There's a lot of things to be discussed. There's a lot of ideas that could be provided, but so far, I think as an introduction for the situation, the only message that I'll leave you with is that this pandemic disease is really, really one of the, let's say, toughest moments that the world has seen. And personally, it's the first biggest, let's say, situation that I've faced in my life. And I believe for most of generations that are similar to mine, having the same situation. So through Sheko TV, we'll be sharing with you different activities, different things that you can do, as well as updating you to the situation that is happening around the world related to COVID-19, which is Corona, as well as trying to bring education and different knowledge related to the problem. And the final message that I would like to leave to you is that make sure that you follow what the government tells you to do, because we're so lucky until now, it's almost 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, we have only 170 cases and only 7 deaths. But we have countries that has 178,000, like for example USA, and more, and 37,000 and above death. What if this could happen in our countries where our technologies, our infrastructure, our health system, they're very, very low? It's something that will be very, very critical, and comparing the kind of life that we are living to be really, really crazy. So at this period of time, I'm really praying for everyone who is sick in the hospitals or anywhere they are. And I'm also praying for those who are struggling on this hard time, as well as advising you to really take care of yourselves, make sure that you're healthy, take very good meals, make sure that you take care of yourself not to get sick, protect yourself by using masks, and have everything that really will protect you through this period of time. And by finishing, I want to thank you very much for watching our video. Make sure that you subscribe Sheko TV, as well as you go on our Instagram and find Sheko TV, where you can get all the information being updated. If you have any questions, just make sure that you comment below, and you leave all the questions that can be answered later related to this topic and many other that will be happening. Thank you very much, and we wish you a nice day. Thank you.